This is a family event. It's free and open to the public. And we host it every year, and we look forward to each and everybody coming out, here and out-of-town guests.
Okay.
And the fireworks are Saturday at 10 p.m.
Oh, it's a 30-minute fireworks show.
Oh, yes, at 10 p.m. on Saturday, September 6th. We have our grand illumination that happens right down on the Hampton River, and you can't miss it. It's gorgeous. We light fireworks off the bridge, and people just love to come down and be a part of it.
Make sure you get there, I think, was it 30 minutes before the fireworks, because it will close the roads off. So 30 minutes before and after, so make sure that people that come out get down there in time to...
So safety first, right?
Absolutely.
Well, let me give the details for everybody. It's the 26th Annual Hampton Bay Days from Friday until Sunday. That is September 5th until the 7th, 700 Settlers Landing Road, and that is downtown Hampton. Well, that's like I guess a point area at the hotel right there, but it's all of downtown Hampton. So for more information, go ahead and call a phone number for the 26th Hampton Bay Days, which is 727-1641. Again, 727-1641. Baydays.com for the entire schedule, the entire lineup. Ryan, thanks. You always bring us great programs.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, thanks, Michael, for coming by.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we come back, we're going to talk about performing art. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to Here and Now on the CW. I'm your host, Kathy Rouse, and thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. And today we're talking about appreciating art, and there's so much art right here in Hampton Roads. We also have a play that's coming up to Williamsburg, making history. Here to tell us all about Chaos in the House, I have Mama Leslie Dupree, Chaos in the House, and Jennifer Mason, the director of this play, this historical play, Chaos in the House. So Leslie, or Jennifer rather, go ahead and tell us what makes history about this play.
Well, what makes history about the play is that we are the first African-American independent playwright to be able to do anything at the Kimball Theater. So it's really, really great that we're there, and the buzz is there in Williamsburg, and all that know us are excited about what we're doing.
And you've done it before, and so this is actually your second go-round because you were asked to come back, right?
Yes, this is our second go-around. And the people are excited in our area, you know, just to have something new and innovative there in our area. We've done the play in several other areas, but here in Williamsburg, it's pretty new.
Yeah, we often talk on the show about, oh, we hate the fact that they're still first, you know, first African-American or first women to do this or to do that. But it's still happening, and so we'll take it. Yay, congratulations.
Exactly.
And let's just keep breaking those walls down. So the play, Leslie, you're playing Mama. You don't look like a mama.
No, actually, I transformed. They give me
Okay.
wrinkles and crow's feet and a lot of gray hair. So this big Mufasa mane would turn gray.
Okay.
And they put me in like a mama attire. So
Okay.
they actually transform me. I don't look like myself.
And we do have some pictures with you as Mama that we want to share with everybody. So while those are going, go ahead and tell us about the play, Chaos in the House, Our Family Search for Redemption.
Well, basically, Mama is the matriarch of the family, and she has 4 dysfunctional children. She loves them. We all have them. We have to love them. And she's just trying to really maintain her family in spite of the barriers and the different things. And, she just exposes what really goes on behind closed doors. What we do is just put everybody out there. I have a scene where I'm laying on the couch, and, you scratch areas that you scratch when people are not looking. So I do that on stage. So it's just hilarious.
So it's real.
It's
real.
It's painfully real.
Painfully real.
It is painful. We have a ball.
Okay, so for people in the audience, I mean, do they come out saying, ouch, that hurt, I just saw myself on stage? Or, do they come out saying, oh, that was just too hilarious, just pure entertainment? Or all the above?
There's a mixture. There's a mixture of emotions. You have the laughing, you have the self-examination, where you begin to look at things, or people who remind you, oh Lord, that remind me of my Uncle Joe. You see those type of things that happen on stage, and there's somebody in Chaos in the House that will remind you of someone that you know.
All right.
And it's about a real family, and the chaos that goes on, and then how to come together and make, a family work. You have issues that go on in a family, but then how do you resolve the issues?
Right.
And then there's always redemption. You always love through your pain and through your what you're going through, and that's what the whole story is about: is finding love and acceptance in your everyday life and what you go through every day.
Now, is there singing in the play?
There is. There's awesome singing.
Awesome
There's singing, dancing, love scenes, fight scenes, choreography you wouldn't believe, jumping over couches, under furniture.
Now, are you one of the singers?
Yes.
Can I get 10 seconds of something? Give us a little taste of
anything?
something. 10 seconds.
And oh, if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we shouldn't believe in things that we see.
Wow. I'm like, keep going. That's excellent. That was 10 seconds, but I'm sitting here mesmerized.
With no coffee.
That's excellent. Excellent. Well, let me give the details for everybody. Chaos in the House, Our Family Search for Redemption. It is Friday to Saturday, September 5th until 6th, and it's 6:45 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. on both of those days. So 4 showings total. The Kimball Theater, Merchant Square, Williamsburg, making history there. Chaos in the House, Our Family Search for Redemption. That phone number for tickets, 1-800-HISTORY. 1-800-HISTORY. The number is 447-8679. 1-800-447-8679. And you can also go to chaosinthehousetheplay.com. Chaosinthehousetheplay.com. Thank you, Jennifer and Leslie. I wish I could sing like you,
No.
but I'll stay right here in this
Something to
chair.
give you.
Thank you.
I do want to give you this.
Okay.
This is our T-shirt,
Oh,
and
excellent.
we want you to have it.
Okay, with Mama right there in the front.
Let me
Well,
go pointing the finger, looking very dysfunctional.
Our
Thank
director would like for you to have that.
Thank you.
Our executive producer, James Person. So we just want you to have
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you so much.
All right. Well, you guys have break a leg, right?
Okay.
Break.
Right.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about appreciating art and art in schools. We'll be back in one moment. Welcome back to Here and Now on the CW. I'm your host, Kathy Rouse, and I'm glad you're waking up with us this morning because we're talking about appreciating art. And I have here with me from the College of William and Mary, Elizabeth Mead, Assistant Professor of Art. I'm so glad you're here to help us with our topic of discussion today.
Thank you for having me.
And one of our artists right here in Hampton Roads, George Stanley Jr., artist and screen printer, and you're going to be sharing some of your work.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're so proud. Look at you. Like, yes, I'm glad to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here, and we should let everybody know, George, you're my MySpace buddy because I have MySpace page, and you found me through
definitely.
MySpace. So everybody, you know, feel free to look me up and contact me and send your work, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, appreciating art. How long have you been teaching over at the College of William and Mary?
This will be my 3rd year at William & Mary.
And is art actually your background, or did you just start later on in years? Or?
No, this
Tell
was
us
my
about it.
background.
Okay.
Both of my degrees are in sculpture in particular, although I do also teach drawing, but I teach the full range of sculpture classes from 3-dimensional design to bronze casting and welding.
Okay, so it has changed, and I guess I was just so curious with how art has changed over the years, because when we think of art in elementary schools, we think of drawing, but you just named about 4 or 5 different things. So well, go ahead and tell us what's the latest trend when it comes to art and what's being taught.
Well, I think what's being taught has remained essentially the same, and drawing is certainly the one constant throughout the history of art, and certainly something we emphasize, particularly at William & Mary. We find that life observation is really the foundation for developing any kind of work, whether it's representational or abstract. And so in that sense, it hasn't changed much. But as you mentioned, the materials, and in particular sculpture, the variety of materials and processes has really changed from welding steel to found objects and constructive materials, but also bronze casting, which has been around for a few thousand years. Essentially that hasn't changed at all, yet the kinds of forms that are made have evolved.
Now, George, you as an artist, you have beautiful work. So what is your choice? What do you use?
I use watercolor most of the time. Sometimes mixed media. I may use Conte crayon or acrylics, and that's what I mainly use.
So you actually went to school for art as well.
Yes.
And
yes.
so does that mean when you were a child, you said, "This is what I want to be when I grow up"?
Well, yeah.
Tell us about it.
I say. Well, a lot of times, when you're small, you don't have much to do. So when I grabbed onto pencil, paper, anything I can get, I just wanted to draw. That was it. Anything.
So, and how much of that did you do in school?
In school, I've been in the Minneapolis College of Art and Design. I went to Thomas Nelson, and I've studied under certain people. I have a friend, her name is Janice Lee Porter, and she does children books, and she's kind of gave me that inspiration to keep going with art. And
so you have a higher education
Yes.
degree, but in primary school, did you do a lot in primary school, in elementary?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you hear about programs being cut, both of you, when you hear about programs being cut when it comes to art, how does it make you feel?
It's a terrible thing. I think we need that. We need that creativity in kids' lives. So to take that out, that's a terrible thing.
Right. Elizabeth?
Well, I think we need it in more ways than we realize. I mean, there's the obvious appreciation, the way it enhances our lives, the quality of life. But I think, too, it affects us directly in ways we don't think about. In other words, someone who designs your coffee cup or the can opener, those things we buy and purchase because they're aesthetically pleasing, but they also feel good in our hands. The curve of a fender on a car. I mean, all those things impact us every day, and we don't necessarily even realize that we're seeing that. Then at the same time, there are those people who aren't necessarily involved directly in the arts, but who, through taking classes in art, develop greater analytical skills, observational skills, and objectivity. I mean, just recently there was an article in the New York Times about how young doctors are being encouraged to take art courses because it helps them in becoming better at diagnosing. They listen more carefully to their patients, their observational skills are better. So I think that enhances our lives in amazing ways. It creates an amazing historical record that sort of sits alongside of the written history of a given period. It gives us a different insight into what we're experiencing and feeling, but at the same time, its impact on all of the fields is radical, and without it, I would be frightened to think of what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, you did paint a vivid picture. Well, speaking of vivid pictures, let's look at George's work. He sent us some ahead, and you said it's watercolor.
This is watercolor.
So as these scroll through, they're going to keep going, but go ahead and tell us. I mean, I love this one. I mean, you call it Mother and Child, but is it safe to say Madonna? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you can go ahead and give us the titles as they're scrolling through.
I call this the two-headed African mask. Okay, this is Mother with Child 2 also. I call that Afrocentric, Colors of Africa.
And they're just so bright and beautiful, and I love
They're
that
just
one.
cups of
It's
coffee.
not whimsical, but I love that it's just, it looks fun. It just brought a smile to my face when I saw that one.
Thank you.
I mean, I don't know what you're, it's just like, I don't know what they're going for, but I know what it did to me. Is that the idea behind art?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times, like, I listen to music, like some of the African masks and African things, I listen to music, and once I listen to it, I'm seeing colors. I'm seeing all these different colors on